Race number 5 here at Ascot. It's over the 1200 metres, and Mark, this is a reasonable field here with some nice types, but I'm very intrigued about the top 2.
As am I, Adam, and DOOSRA, number 2, the second of those, is our replay horse. Let's have a look at it breaking its maiden last start at Northam.
Fairy Whisper is starting to come through quite nicely as well. Racing inside the 300, DOOSRA is hands and heels in front with Fairy Whisper giving chase. It's coming through in the middle, and further back is Morden's Nil starting to respond now. And then came Mr. Mert running on as well, but DOOSRA is nicely clear, doing it well from Fairy Whisper, holding down second place from Morden's Mill, but DOOSRA raced away.
This horse has always had plenty of potential, but it's definitely been a handful. We've seen that with the amount of jockeys that have ridden this galloper throughout. Now, Brad Parnham was on board last start. You could see he still had a couple of issues through the early stages and just had to make sure this guy really knuckled down over the final stages. But he did that, won by 3 lengths. I thought it was a really good performance. I think you'll see this horse joining back up in some of these listed races as well after a Wednesday like this, if they can get the win. I'm expecting this horse to go back to back.
Well, this is another horse from the Hallowell stud team aiming towards the WA Guineas. So if he's going to be going down that path, he'll be wanting to win this. I think he wins even with barrier 10. Number 1 at the top there, Hurricane Jack, a really nice colt by Snitzel here. Last start behind My Grace was very good, stuck on well. There's improvement there. We
mentioned those form lines with Pearl of Decoy. I think they do hold up, and you only have to go back to last campaign, second in the listed Supremacy. Also a nice run in the Perth Stakes, and then was obviously just had enough when it came to the Group 2 Karrakatta. The recent run, as we mentioned at Northern, was good. Barrier 1, 59 kilos. It'll get a nice run throughout transit. It'll have the cutaway as well. It's certainly one of the winning chances.
Another one well in the market is number 8, BLACKLINE, and it's from the Simon Milliard, which is probably why it's well in the market, having its first start. Filly by Blackfriars. Recent trial was very good, but expected to get better over further.
Yeah, blinkers on here as well for trainer Simon Miller, Peter Nucky. It's just a combination you can rely on and trust, isn't it? As you mentioned, well in the market for those reasons. I think, as you said, she'll perform well this one, but I'm looking forward to seeing her as she stretches out maybe over that 14 and 1600 metres. But I think DOOSRA is one of the better bets of the day for the races that they're targeting. From number 1, Hurricane Jack, probably the best exactor you can have all day. From number 4, Clever Dick, and 8, BLACKLINE.
Those 2 are very hard to go past indeed, Adam. I've got the 2 on top, DOOSRA. From the 1, Hurricane Jack. 5, Jupiter Calling, and 3, Delta.
Race number 6 at Ascot. It's over the 1600 metres, and again, Mark, I feel like a broken record, but we go back to the preview where we said there are some Saturday gallopers in this, and Rising Sea, Glimmer Girl, I think even Humanity, Take No Prisoners, these types we're going to see racing at Ascot in some of these better races.
Yes, but first they do need to win a race of this quality, and we'll have a look at Sebring Spy winning last start at Northam quite impressively.
Down towards the inside is there, and My Journey is running on, and so's Gumar. Magic Las Vegas behind them, down to the 200. Sebring Spy in front. Here comes Compelling, battling away Kimbo's Girl, but Sebring Spy has got plenty to offer. Sebring Spy beats them all off, comes away from Compelling, and Mike a little late, but all the way for Sebring Spy.
This is a good win by Sebring Spy, but like some of the gallopers we've discussed throughout the program, this was a day where you wanted to be leading at Northam. Sarah Bonner did the right thing, went straight to the front over the 1600 metres and was able to win comfortably in the end by a length. You go through the form lines before that, and I start questioning some of them. Beaten by Ryama by a length, beat Sharp Bob by a length, which Sharp Bob placed again on the weekend, and then was beaten a length and a half by 6 spent. I'm just not sure if they're as good as some of the horses like a Rising Sea, which has got form lines around Nashville Cat and Bonnaby Good, but I think you can have it in your numbers.
Number 5 there, Humanity from the Lindsay Smith yard. Where's the colours of Rick Hart? Paul Harvey takes the ride here. Now, first up was in the Bunbury 3-year-old Classic, the $100,000 race there the other Wednesday, and it wasn't disgraced, beaten by 6 lengths by Iron Boudica, but this is a massive class drop and should be well in it here.
I think we have to do, when we're analysing this horse, it's a lot to do with hype. We have to go back to that run at Pinjarra where it was backed into $2.30. Now, the run was actually really average on that occasion. There wasn't much to like from it. It had excuses though. Then had a trial, was beaten by 1.5 lengths, and as you mentioned, from barrier 11 was beaten 7 lengths by Iron Boudica. They are top Saturday form line, so you can definitely excuse that. Paul Harvey takes a ride, massive drop back in class. I still can't have this horse probably in the top 2, but you have to keep it safe just because that $2.30 race at Pinjarra.
Indeed. The other one there, we've got number 2, Rising Sea. A really nice colt by Sebring is this. We'll have to jump from barrier 10 though, Adam.
I mentioned on Saturday with some of the form lines, I just thought they were superior to others. The likes of coming back in this, and I think this is the obvious one again when you take a look at this race. We only go back 2 starts ago behind Nashville Cat, where we both thought that this horse probably could have won on that occasion. Now Nashville Cat wins this race by 8 lengths, so I think even though you had to carry the 58 kilos, you jump from barrier 10 as well. There's good enough speed in this race that this horse can just sit back, run on strongly, and I think it'll be getting the job done. I've got it on top from number 7, Glimmer Girl, 6, Take No Prisoners, and 5, Humanity.
I'm going the 5 on top, Adam, Humanity, with the dropping class. From 1, Sebring Spy, 2, Rising Sea, and 7, Glimmer Girl.
Final race of the day at Ascot. It's over the 1400 metres, and Mark, I think this is the most competitive field we've got. In most races, there's probably 3 or 4 that really stand out. In this, there's a few horses returning, some Saturday types as well, and some that are in really good form.
Yeah, we'll go straight into the replay, Adam. Last start winner, number 1, Phantom Choice.
350 and booted, 2 clear from Phantom Choice. Shrevan's under pressure, followed then deeper. Out on the track, Dunner Blue and Prentice making heavy weather of it. Over on the inside, Super Hunter led them at the 150. Phantom Choice and Shrevan keeps coming again. Super Hunter, Phantom Choice and Shrevan. Super Hunter clinging on Phantom Choice, diving.
Phantom Choice has been racing really well. It was a nice win at Bunbury, beating Super Hunter on that occasion over the 1400 metres. Has never actually won at Ascot. 8 attempts for the 3 placings, but the form lines around Settlers Creek and Chocoholic, they really stand up. I mean, beaten 3.8 lengths by Chocoholic, we saw what that horse did in the Northern Cup, and then beaten 3 lengths by Settlers Creek, which jumps as a $1.60 favourite midweek at Ascot and got the job done as well. So I think they are superior. Barrier 2, it carries weight as well. It does look an obvious choice, so if people do want to have it on top.
Got the gun run last start at Bunbury. They all looked to be going up and down in the one spot, but Phantom Choice managed to get past Super Hunter on that occasion. The other one resuming in the race is number 2, Preselection, from the Alan Matthews yard. This horse will appreciate getting over further, but we have seen with the likes of Proxy and Poonamoo, they both raced really well first up.
Not often you see so many horses returning, all that have been in the same race. I think I had about 3 or 4, Preselection, Who's to Blame, also Sacks On, Sacks Off, and Dollar Down, all coming back from the Geraldton Cup, all racing that now. This was the horse that won on that occasion, ridden by Ellie Cockram over the 2100 metres. Has won first up before, has won at the distance. The distance stats aren't that great though. 11 starts over the 1400 metres for 1 win and 2 placings. Barrier 11, you'd expect it would run on, but I think there's more that are suited at this type of distance.
Number 5, Hinchinbill, drops back down in distance from the mile to 1400 metres here. Blinkers off, winkers go on. Barrier 1, Paul Harvey takes the ride. I've got a lot of time for this son of Hinchinbill. Forget last start, drew the wide barrier, gets a nice gate in Barrier 1 here, can certainly be in the mix.
Yeah, well, when Paul Harvey was interviewed after the race about this galloper, he said it ran its race in the prelim. It was super as that. It was keen throughout. It was pulling, and Paul Harvey had his hands full. Then it had the wide barrier as well. Now we see the gear change with the blinkers off, the winkers on, hopefully just to relax a little bit. The tongue tie goes on as well. Then you draw Barrier 1, just sits behind the leaders, gets the cutaway, and I think certainly is a winning chance.
Number 7 as well there, Hopeton, from the Robert and Todd Harvey yard. They're having a great time of it at the moment, winning the ladies event there at Northam on that occasion, also having Tradesman winning on Saturday. The stable's in red hot form.
Really impressive. She's got a lovely turn of foot. The plates go on the front, which is a small concern for mine, but I still think she's got the class to win this. I'm putting her on top, number 7, from 1, Phantom Choice, 5, Hinchinbill, and 6, Bowler DOOSRA.
Adam, I've got the 5 on top here, Hinchinbill, ahead of number 7, Hopeton, 1, Phantom Choice, and 2, Preselection.
Time now to take a look at the best bets of the card, and Mark, for the first time ever since doing box seat, we have the exact 2 on top. So I'll start with the first one. I'll go race 3, and we're putting number 3, Celtic Wizard, on top. And what's the second one?
And then in race 5, we've both got number 2 again, but Lusaha this time, and he'll want to be winning this if he's going to head on to races like the WA Guineas.
Let's hope that we're both right, and that double does salute for all of our followers. Make sure you do follow us on social media, and make sure you check out perthracing.com.au. Of course, Melbourne Cup not too far away. There's some other great events coming up, so do visit the website and make sure we do see you out at Ascot. On behalf of both of us, hope we found you plenty of winners.